Love to. Hi, everyone. I see some new faces too. Welcome, welcome. So glad for you to join us. We know that you can choose to be here at 2 o'clock on a Thursday, but we appreciate you spending your time with us, and we hope to have a good time together, get some good work done. I love it. Look at my piece. I love, love, love. All right, we are in person today at Hope on Fifth. So that's where we are this month. For those of you that are near Mason City, next month of March, we'll be live at the Mason City Library if you all would like to join in person ever. Or of course, we have the handy Zoom link. So again, glad you are here. But again, my name is Jeanette Davis. I have the privilege to serve as a community health specialist for recovery supports for the Logan Mason ROSC. Again, we welcome and welcome you here, and thank you for being a part of here. We'll just take a quick rundown of our agenda, if you don't mind. We're gonna, of course, make sure that we, hey, come on in, Chief. We want to go over what a ROSC is, right? Make sure we know what we are a part of, go over our specific mission. We'll do some introductions, talk about some local meetings, some harm reduction resource updates. We are going to talk a little bit about our anti-stigma campaign, and then we're going to go into the meat of what we got going on today. We're going to do a SWOT analysis. I did send that out yesterday for y'all to maybe take a peek. If not, no worries at all. Can you pass that down the sheet for me? But we are going to go through this together. This is just a tool that we find very helpful and useful as we continue to direct our agenda, making sure that we are in line with what our community says it needs. So we, in combination with a SWOT, and you all know about the survey that we just had closed out. I just have to shout out real quick. We have over 350 surveys submitted. Awesome. I mean, that is amazing and incredible. So stay tuned, because at the end we are going to pull our winners, our winner chicken dinners of the of the gift cards that we have promoted, and so we're gonna select those before we leave with each other today too. Just check up on our recovery in action and some upcoming opportunities, and then we'll be on our way. So let's talk about what a ROSC is. Don't want to sound, redundant. I know you guys can read it, but it's just important that we remember, we are definitely a coordinated network of community-based services to support person-centered strengths, are building on strengths, resiliences of individuals, families, communities, to experience recovery and improved health, wellness, and quality of life for those with or at risk of substance use, or mental health challenges. The center focus of a ROSC is to create an infrastructure or a systems of care with the resources to effectively address the full range of substance use and or mental health challenges within communities. So tall task, right? But we are thankful that our state is pushing this initiative throughout the state and really has the goal of having a ROSC available in every county. So we are lucky to have Logan and Mason ROSC here. Now for our personal mission, we are wanting to improve access to health, wellness, and holistic recovery options for people who are at risk of or suffering from substance use disorders, while educating and connecting Logan and Mason counties to reduce stigma and improve recovery outcomes. So this is kind of our charge. This is kind of what leads our way. And we definitely want to make sure that we are all in tune and aware of what we're a part of. So I would love to take a moment to do some introductions. I do see some new faces online. I think if you don't mind, Carrie, we'll start with the people that are in the room, and then maybe you can help me call out folks from online if that works for you.
Can do. Thanks, Jeanette.
Yes. So I'm just asking if you can share your name, your affiliation, your agency, what brings you here. And I'd like to know, what is something you do that makes you happy? Something you do that makes you happy. So Colin, can we start with you since you're in the room?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Just over in the corner over here, Wannabe Tech. My name is Colin. I'm a community health specialist with Chestnut Health Systems. Mostly working on the Being Parents project, the Narcan project as well for McLean County, for Bloomington Normal McLean County, and then for Logan and Mason County, the Impacted Youth project, which aims to help youth who are experiencing the effects of familial substance use. And one thing that makes me happy is probably working on. I'm a cyclist, and a triathlete, working on my bike. Honestly, actually doing some improvements and whatnot.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you.
Molly.
Hi, I'm Molly McCain. I'm the Community Health Coordinator at Lincoln Memorial Hospital. Our service area is Logan and East Mason County. Something I do that makes me happy would probably be gardening. I'm already looking forward to what I want to plant this spring. So it's kind of keeping me hopeful when it's really cold outside to look forward to the future.
Oh, I got a spot. I need to call you over.
Yeah, please. I love it.
Danny.
All right, I'm Danny. I'm a community health worker at SAU Family Medicine here in Lincoln. Let's see, what makes me happy? I play roller derby, so anytime I put on a pair of skates, it's so tough.
Yeah.
I can go skate with my friends. I'm always happy.
Oh, roller derby Danny.
Yeah,
I love
you
it.
just dropped it in an email one day, and I was like, okay, Danny. So I travel.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Thanks for being here. Hey, Chief.
Joe Meister, I'm the chief of the Lincoln Police Department. I'm here representing the Lincoln Police Department and new efforts and initiatives to address substance use and many other things, mental illness and homelessness as well. So that's why I'm joining. Cooking makes me happy, but eating makes me happy.
Yeah.
In that order, though, I'll take it. I love that. Thanks for being here.
Hi, I'm Nicole Tinker. I'm an outpatient substance use counselor here through Trillium Place Lincoln by Carl, but inside of Hope Fifth, and we offer a lot of services, including getting you referred to the right place. And what makes me happy? I'm the booster club president for the local football team. I like getting out there on a Friday night and just cooking up hamburgers and seeing all the kids and underneath the lights. So, yep. Go Railers.
Go Railers. I love it. Thank you for being here. Well, you all know me again, Jeanette Davis. But something that I do that makes me happy, this may be like a selfish thing. I love to get my nails done. It's the one thing that I love that's like all just for me. And I got them done last night, so I'm feeling a little, but that is something that makes me happy. Carrie, I'll leave it to you.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Knapp. I'm the Associate Director of Community Health with Chestnut and have the honor and privilege of running your technology today. So I am happy to be here. We'll go ahead and do Cami, and then we'll do Tia, and then Abby Behrens after that.
Cami Garrison. I'm the technical assistant for Region 3. Something I do that makes me happy is cuddle with my dogs.
Tia Shem, Piatt County ROSC coordinator with the Piatt County Mental Health Center. And I like to do CrossFit, makes me happy.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Abby Behrens and I work with Brightpoint out of our Bloomington office. And something that makes me happy, I'm like having a craving for one of those like Coke slushies from Casey's right now. So I would say sneaking out of the house and getting one of those because they're still my favorite.
Do it, girl. Do it.
Awesome. All right, we'll go ahead and do Kara Davis, and then Austin, and then Marie.
Trying to figure out how to unmute and turn my camera on all at the same time. I am Kara Davis. I am the Director of Nursing at the Logan County Department of Public Health here in Lincoln. And something that makes me happy is every other weekend I go out to dinner with 3 of my friends, and we hang out and just do like a girls' night. And this is my weekend to do that. So I'm very excited.
I'm Austin Dombacher. I'm the coordinator at the Sangamon County ROSC down in Springfield. I love going to shows. Recently, I saw Shucked down at the Fox. It's literally a musical about corn. Nothing could be more Midwest than that. I didn't think it was good, but it was a good time. So, yeah.
Thank you for being here, Austin. We so need to connect. I love it you're here.
I am Marie Riley. I am the parent liaison in LIC for early intervention at the Sangamon County Department of Public Health, and we cover 4 counties, Sangamon, Logan, Mason, and Menard. And what makes me happy is having my granddaughter back living with me again.
Awesome. All right, we'll move to Miss Jackson, Bahia, and then Christina. I believe you were on mute.
Sorry about that. I was just talking away. My name is Lori Jackson. I'm with SIU Center for Family Medicine. I'm the FQHC CIO. What makes me happy is I have a brand new grandbaby, 2 weeks old, and I love to work outside and give back, do gardening. So that's what makes me happy. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bahia Kalala, Community Outreach Coordinator for Statewide ROSC. And I guess what makes me happy, I love being physically active, so I love working out, especially outside. So that makes me pretty happy.
If I sit close enough to y'all, that will like
Osmosis.
right.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Drum, and I am the Clark and Cumberland County ROSC coordinator. Our lead agency is the Our House. And something that makes me happy is being out in nature. So I wish this weather would go away.
I'm right there with you, Christina. All right, we'll go ahead and do Carmen, Brayson, and then Whitney.
I am Carmen Lanham. I am a coordinator with the Regional Substance Use Prevention Integration Center with Family Guidance Centers. I'm based here in Springfield. We cover 26 counties across central Illinois, and Logan County is one of those. Oh, and what makes me happy? I like to play and coach volleyball. I've coached middle school for about 6 years, and I now currently coach high school.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bryson McFadden. I'm an outreach worker with Oxford House Recovery Homes throughout Central Illinois. I cover Sangamon, Logan, Macon, and Champaign County. Looking into covering a new county too in the future, maybe Effingham, right around the corner, hopefully. What makes me happy, besides from my job and helping people, is, well, I'm a big kid, so I like to make music. I just got back into playing video games. Thank you, Whitney. I want to get back into skateboarding, and I have finally started to go traveling. I just got back from Vegas a couple weeks ago, and I loved it.
Yeah, that boy ziplined through Vegas. I saw it. Glad you're here, B.
Hey, everybody. Sorry for the delay in appearance. My name is Whitney Devine. I am the program manager for Sangamon County ROSC. I'm in the Springfield area with Austin and Carmen. And something that makes me happy, this is work related, but it's on my mind. So we're having a music bingo event Saturday. And like our ROSC has just grown exponentially. Like I almost can't even fathom it. We're over capacity for our event. So we have like 60 people registered in this space that holds 50. So I'm really excited, also a little stressed, but just excited at the I don't know, the level of interest that we've been getting lately. So I'm excited.
Great problem to have, Whitney. That's amazing.
Fabulous. For the couple of folks that just joined us, we are introducing ourselves, your name, agency, and something that makes you happy. So we're going to go ahead and go to Caitlin and then Lisa and then William.
Hi, everyone. I'm Caitlin. I am with Fulton Mason Crisis Service. And actually, my last day is tomorrow. And the next time you guys see me, I will be with U of I Extension on the SNAP Ed side. So the Logan Mason County ROSC is something that was brought up that I will still be participating in. So you guys will see me again, just with a different organization. And something that makes me happy is playing Fortnite with my boys. I have 3 boys and we're really competitive.
Love it. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Latham. I'm an AHEC coordinator with West Central Illinois AHEC. AHEC stands for Area Health Education Center. We cover 17 counties in the West Central region of Illinois, and our host site is in Memorial Hospital in Carthage. And something that makes me really happy is working with students. Before I took this role here through AHEC, I worked in higher ed at a community college and worked with a lot of underserved students. So it just makes me happy to see all of our students. I'm with them through their journeys and helping them get the resources they need and move on to their graduation date.
Thanks for being here.
Liam, would you like to go next?
Hi, my name is Liam Wheeler. I am the coordinator for the Central Illinois Continuum of Care. I'm tasked with preventing and ending homelessness in 11 counties, including Mason and Logan. Oh, something that makes me happy, tea. I really love tea.
Perfect. Thanks, Liam. All right, we'll go ahead and transition to RJH 5811. I apologize, I don't know your name.
Sorry, I don't know why it's coming up that way. I am Roxanne Stell, and I'm the Chief Nursing Officer of the Lincoln Memorial Hospital, and something that makes me happy, flowers. I'm thinking spring, and I love to plant flowers.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, Lindsay Reedy, would you like to go next?
Sure. My name's Lindsay. I am the Douglas County ROSC coordinator, and that's through the Our House. Something that makes me happy is going swimming.
Awesome. Thanks, Lindsay. And now I see somebody that is on a Samsung phone. Would you like to introduce yourself this afternoon? We'll go ahead and bypass them for right now. Feel welcome to throw your information in the chat. I think the only other person I didn't get was Julie Pullman, and she's staying on mute today. But Julie is the Region 4 statewide ROSC coordinator. So, all right, Jeanette, I will turn it back to you. I think we got everyone.
Thank you, and thank you for answering our question. Why are we talking about what makes you happy? Let's go on to that next slide and just I saw this, and you know what? Whoever's happy will make others happy too, right? Just something to think about. We give a lot of our positions. What we do is we give and we give and we give, and sometimes just take a moment to remember that we need to fill our cup too, and it matters. And so hopefully today we all tapped into something that makes us happy, and we'll make it our business to do that thing that makes us happy. And if you're cooking cheese, I'm eating. All right. Let's go on to our next slide here. So we have some updated cards. So these have went in. We should get them hopefully by tomorrow. So the website and the QR code has been updated with all the new meetings. You will see that Celebrate Recovery is on our card, as well as our new Smart Recovery meeting that takes place up here. So this is a great tool and resource that we are more than happy to make sure to get them to you. I can hand deliver them, put them in the mail, however it is that you would want them, we want to get them to you. So just know that these are new, and again, the website and the QR code are all updated with the newest meeting information. Next. Again, our Smart Recovery meeting, we just want to recognize it is a newer meeting. It's not a 12-step meeting. It is a evidence-based meeting or an evidence-based program that utilizes CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy. We have gained some great members who are committed and continuing to come, and we hope to grow this more. And this, again, is not just for substances. This is for anything that could prevent someone from living a quality life. And so please make sure to share this opportunity with those you serve as well. We also have a brand new meeting that started. It's happening here at Hope on Fifth downstairs. It is a women's only meeting. And they are utilizing a text called A Woman's Way Through the 12 Steps. And there are about 7 or 8 committed women that have begun this meeting. They are meeting on Sundays from 1 to 3:30. And again, that is here at Hope on Fifth downstairs. So we want to recognize that meeting for our women who are looking for something different. And also we have our odds and ends peer recovery in Mason County. So Havana, there is a meeting happening in the winter. They meet at the Hardee's on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. So if there's anyone in the Mason County area that would like flyers printed or would like a digital copy of that to share in your area, please let us know. We can make those available to you. All right, our harm reduction resources. I'm super excited, of course, to share here in Logan County. We have multiple places where we can find harm reduction resources, and that includes naloxone, or otherwise known as Narcan. That's a brand name, along with benzodiazepine and fentanyl testing strips. You can get those 24 hours a day at a vending machine at the Family Custom Cleaners in Lincoln on Woodlawn. You can also get that at the health department during business hours in the front space. You do not have to go in to ask anyone. We also have available at the Mount Pulaski Library. There is a side entrance that is open 24 hours a day, and people can access those resources there as well. The courthouse and also the jail, they're in the waiting room. Those are available. So want to make sure that you know if your organization or agency would like to be educated about harm reduction resources, or you would like to have them there at your space, please reach out. We would love to help make that connection and make sure that you have those available. And I'm sure Kara has a boatload in her office that she'd like to get off her hands too. So please don't.
Yes, I do.
In Mason County, we let's see. Next one, please. There it is. Mason County, we have at the Havana Public Library. We are happy that you are able to access there during business hours. Our Mason County Health Department, and at the public library in Manitou, Illinois. And it's not up here yet, but I am happy to announce that the Mason City Library is also carrying harm reduction resources there. That is new. And I also needed to add here that the Mason County Jail has agreed to hand out resource bags that we will put together that has resources available for those exiting. We have Rod here at our Logan County Jail who does that. So people are leaving with naloxone testing strips, meeting places and those type of resources. So we are excited that Mason County Jail has jumped on and agreed to allow some of those resources. So we want to thank Tristan for making that connection and shout him out. So those are a couple of new things happening in Mason County. Our anti-stigma campaign. So I didn't want us to meet without throwing these up here. I love going around the community and seeing them. As a matter of fact, I was just at the health department on a personal for my little one earlier, and in our room we did have one of our posters up. Those are the best and wonderful ways that we can display these. We can also get these to you digitally, or if you'd like hard copies to help us. We are going to move from just our social media platforms and community boards and get more intentional about how we're going to start partnering with other businesses and agencies to be able to get this word out. But our tagline is reframing recovery, and finding different and creative ways on how to present that to our community. So just wanted to make sure to make mention of that. Again, if you could use or would use any of these things, please reach out so we can get those to you. All right. Oh, that's misspelled. That's wrong. That should be O, SWAT. There it is correctly. So this is some meat of what we're going to do today. This is our last SWOT analysis. This is the last one when we were together that we had put together. But we are going to take some time now to go through this. I did email this ahead. I know that we have some new folks that please, if you want to put your names in the chat, if you are not part of our distribution list, I would love to get you on that to make sure that you are getting our emails. But our SWOT analysis definitely is a huge, just a snapshot, right? Of exactly our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so we're actually going to start backwards, right? We're going to start with our threats and move backwards and end with our strengths. So this is where we want to hear your voices. This is not a time to hold back. If you have questions, ideas, suggestions, if something doesn't make sense, this is where we need to hear from you. And again, we are going to be using this tool as part of our strategic plan and as we continue to move forward. If we can pull that slide up, I know maybe, and thank you, Carrie, it's not in there the way that I said we would go, but so we have here threats. No end in sight for new cases, people who need recovery services. I'm just reading them out. Stigma around recovery and denial that there is a community problem. Prior failure to deliver on objectives or see tangible results from recovery efforts. Poor access to internet, cell phone service barrier to using telehealth services. Healthcare gaps and lack of mental health professionals. COVID has presented new challenges, gaps in person services. Maybe we can take that sucker off, maybe. Inadequate youth services, prevention and treatment options, and lack of willingness to collaborate, resistance to collaboration. So as we're thinking about threats, things that could get in our way, right, of moving forward, what are we thinking about this list? What goes, what doesn't? What are we thinking?
Necessarily, no one I personally speak with or have correspondence with are in denial about the problem we have in our community. I think everyone's, as far as the people that I associate with, are really well aware.
Sure. I do. I agree. I believe Logan County specifically has definitely shown its readiness and awareness of the work that needs to be done. I know Mason County, we're coming along. We have seen definitely some momentum. So when we think of threats, do we want to take that off? Just thinking about there's still some folks in our community that, I don't know about you, but sometimes have to kind of bring along and maybe sometimes convince that this is worth looking into or this is a worthwhile cause. But I definitely agree that there has been some momentum in that area.
Well, I think there's still some stigma that needs to be addressed, but as far as like just plain denial, I feel like maybe the denial can go and the stigma can stay, because I think we still really struggle, even with my own clients, to like get them away from the pejorative language onto this is the disease, you know, like, we can only be accountable for our treatment, we can't be accountable for the disease itself, so. I think the stigma is definitely still intact.
I dig that. How do folks feel? So, we have proposed that the stigma around recovery is definitely still something, but, to remove the word denial, that maybe we've moved past that being a threat, to our efforts here. How are folks feeling about that? Any objections to that? What does insight mean? Good question. No insight for new cases, people who need recovery services.
Like last COVID.
And I want to give you a better. I want to say that just because we continuously see that the need is building versus it's not going away. I think that was the spirit of the wording. It is worded a little odd, and maybe we can look at that wording. But I think just that we would love to see a reduction in people needing services, but the truth is we're seeing more folks. Now we are seeing more folks connect with service. So that's a positive for sure.
I think the more we make people aware and educate them, that's why we're seeing more, because more people are like, oh, that's what all of this is. I'm like, yes, that's what that is. So I think because of a lack of denial, that just seems like it's building, but that's because more people are aware and noticing it and being present and accountable to it.
Yes. Let's see, Abby says there's still stigma gaps are present, but I think right now a lot of places are short-staffed and the decreased engagement to all services. And yes, people are run very, very, very thin. I totally agree. First bullet is kind of vague. Yes, we will look at that wording, Whitney. I agree. What else on this list? What is something that may need to?
Well, I'm new here, so forgive me if I missed the bus this one, but the lack of willingness to collaborate and resistance to collaboration. I don't know how it was before I got involved in the initiatives that we're working on together, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of collaborating over different agencies. So, again, new, but I don't see that as
Absolutely, and I'm glad. Of course, I see that, but love that you even coming on and seeing those who have been here for a while. I think we can agree that that is something that we are not struggling.
I feel strongly about that statement as well. Just over the last 4 months or so, especially since we moved into Hope, it seems like things are opening up a lot as far as resources and just like connections to other services that I wasn't even really completely aware of. So I think I agree.
Yeah. So I think that is just a moment to woohoo, right? To celebrate that. I agree too that that is something that can come off our threats list, and I think we could actually move that definitely to one of our strengths. It's what I would consider. What about this COVID? I think that I think we're kind of past that being a barrier. How do folks feel about that?
I actually think that the resources as far as like telehealth and those kind of options have really grown because of that. So I feel like that's almost like been a positive result. Kind of like the order pickup and stuff. I feel like there's just something that came of it that actually are pretty good.
Yeah, no, for sure. That being accessible. I think though, when we look at poor access to internet or cell phone service barriers, that still we find for some of our folks, right, to be able to connect. But hopefully, as we continue to build Hope out, Hope on Fifth, we'd love to be able to at some point have internet access available to those who, would come in and need to be connected that type of way. So, what else? Anything else on our threats that we want to highlight, take off, move?
Yeah, Bryson on the line.
Oh, Bryson, hand up, brother. What's up?
So what are you guys are really specifically talking about with healthcare gaps? Because again, just like how you guys have been having a lot of momentum with this Hope on Fifth thing, I feel like there's a lot of those gaps have kind of been somewhat like met or like bridged a little bit better as of lately. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a threat because I mean that's definitely getting better, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, so I definitely believe our healthcare and when in regards to access to medical assisted recovery, because we have it through SIU. I think though, B, that our mental health component, we are still struggling. We are struggling with the having and maintaining professionals that are able to provide service in our county. That has been a constant struggle. So although I definitely want to highlight and echo what you're saying as far as when we're talking about healthcare and maybe even family kind of physical care, we have a plethora of physicians here. But when it does come to our mental health and people being able to access counseling and that type of thing, I don't know that we're quite ready to move that off.
Our rates of providers to people that need services is really out of.
Yeah, do you
I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's really low.
Yeah.
So there's a long wait list for a lot of our mental health services.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
No.
Here at Trillium, a lot of our people are actually zooming into our Pekin and East Peoria location to access our therapy via Zoom in our extra office. So that is available if there are no one else to be able to take them. They can do their assessments and everything right there in Zoom. So it kind of reduces that transportation barrier. But psychiatry specifically is if that's wildly out of proportion. I can definitely see that. It's like, and look, the health department is doing amazing. Sherry is amazing, but having to have a provider when there's only two there to be with her has become somewhat of a barrier as well.
Yeah. Does that make sense, B?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But definitely want to highlight how you know, having MAR access here in our county is a big deal.
Well, Family Guidance Center, right? They have a mobile MAR that is willing to come here too.
Absolutely.
Samantha Martin made me aware of that. So
And
that's
with SIU, with our MAR program, we have transportation and our MAR patients take precedence. So even if we had somebody else scheduled, if a MAR patient needs transportation, those other people will reschedule their appointments and the MAR patients take. So like we are like
it's transportation.
Like if they need to get to an appointment out of town, they can't.
Oh,
get
specifically
to
for MAR?
Springfield. Yeah, well for MAR or for SIU patients in general for other things, but we do have transportation. I've been until we get a designated driver. I've been driving. If you see the SIU van on Lincoln, right now that's me. Usually, but yeah, we provide transportation for all of us, our patients, if there's a need. But MAR patients, they have priority.
I have
so
two patients that need to be in Springfield that have that transportation barrier through SIU psychiatry. So that's really good.
Yeah, just call for the office, or I wish I had a car to get because I'm the one who sets that up
right now. It's like,
yeah, so we're learning now. So through SIU, the MAR program, they do provide transportation for those barriers of those who are under their care. And that's SIU patients, but MAR, like Danny said, takes precedence. So I was unaware. Now we know. That's amazing. So wonderful. Anything else here in our threats that we want to highlight? If there's something that is not there that someone is thinking of. All right, I'm gonna go with the 5-second rules. I heard something somewhere, some other meeting, something. Detox. Yes. So what do we have here? Something about inadequate prevention. Yeah, we don't have anything. I want to say that's in our weaknesses that we don't have any inpatient treatment centers. Do we feel as though that's a threat or a weakness at this point? Good to bring up. And that, I guess specifically detox, because that is coming harder and harder to come by, to find places that are offering detox. How do we feel about that, folks?
There's potential for detox services here at Hope Fifth in the future. I would define it as a weakness instead of a threat. I'm looking at a threat like it could stop, it did tracks.
Right.
On that subject of threats, I know I was past about 5 seconds. But, has anybody explored the idea of funding being a threat, like it could end this derailable train?
I think that's definitely appropriate. I mean, as we continue to build this out and as we're dreaming of funding being a threat to putting the kibosh, and I think that definitely is fair. I think we are going to have to continue to learn how to diversify funds and how we're getting things in. So does anyone have an objection of adding that on to acknowledge that?
No, I definitely agree. Even super funding it's become so rigid for qualifications. For super funding for those who do not have insurance or their insurance isn't covered by our facility, is a big issue. It's become so stringent.
Yeah, I totally agree. I appreciate you bringing that out. It's the one thing we don't like to talk about, but it's the thing that makes the world go around, right? So I do think it's appropriate. Thank you, Chief, for bringing that up.
When it mentions the failure to deliver on objectives, is that specifically like ROSC objectives? Like what?
No, I want to say that that came from times where we have over-promised and under-delivered as a community of offering services. Perhaps we've had times where in-person counseling had been available at Memorial. Behavioral 1 month, and then the next month there was not an in-person. Just kind of that, like I said, kind of over promising and under delivering as a community. We feel that could threaten what we're doing here, and that's why our ROSC is so adamant. You guys hear me all the time, as we want to share good, accurate information, right? And so, does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. People. You're right, Whitney. You're right. It is an issue for sure. As we move on to opportunities, other organizations willing to partner, assist with action in Logan Mason counties, technical assistance and free training from Faces and Voices of Recovery in Illinois, developing recovery community organizations. Definitely want to shout that out, y'all. There are definitely technical assistance trainings that are available for free for those who are interested through Faces and Voices. Our Recovery Corps contracted to provide services to the state, right? Offering peer recovery specialists. Another opportunity is our peer specialist entrepreneurship at Heartland, right? Opening those opportunities for people with lived experience to earn their credentials. Government officials are largely aware and supportive of the need for increased recovery actions. We do see that as an opportunity and definitely want to continue to inform them and hopefully continuously bring them along to what we got going on. Lack of public transportation options or support to help people in recovery get to treatment. Me and Grace were talking about this. I don't know what that TWA is. We did not know what that was. I want to say it was someone that was transporting from Mason County at one point. But this is definitely an opportunity that we have to fill. And we're glad to hear that SIU is providing a portion of that. But definitely an opportunity that we hope. We've been talking about creative ways on how to connect with other groups that may be willing. I'm stuck on Oasis. I feel like if we connect with some retired folks who are looking for some way to give back or, to serve, But I think that's why this stayed on as an opportunity to make those connections with other groups. Fifth Street building is being built to be a safe space to gather and feel supported and having services available. I want to say that we can move this from opportunities into our strengths. How do folks feel about that? I think we are in the middle of this happening as we speak. Is there any objection to that?
I think it's a good move. This is Lori Jackson.
Yes, yes, Laura, you know you've been working.
I will speak on that one.
I know that's right. She's one of our board members that help with the Regional Housing Support Services, which is the umbrella of the Hope on Fifth. So we appreciate all of your work you guys are doing, and they meet weekly, guys, for a couple hours at a time. They are really pouring themselves into this. So shout out to you, Lori.
Well, I didn't mean for that, but I did want to make that it is up, and we've got, I mean, the whole building's not full yet, of course, but we're working on it.
We are.
Very happy with what we have so far.
Yes, ma'am. We are very proud of what's going on. Also expanding sober living options in our area. We actually, with having our first Oxford House, 7-man house, of course, we'd love to have one for women. Toot, toot, blowing that horn, Bryson. But I'm thinking that this could be both a strength and an opportunity, right? It's clearly we still do not have adequate services to be able to provide those of us who are friends without homes, right? We're happy to announce though that our 16, that's right, 16 residents are being housed here at Hope on Fifth. So that is a big deal, big deal. But the need is definitely still there. I'm sure you see too, Chief. I think we've discussed it, seeing more without homes than we've seen in the past. And then lack of resources to people with lived experience to access benefits. What does that mean? That's a weird sentence. Lack of resources to PLE access benefits. Definition, please. I don't know what that's trying to say. Maybe to, I think I do. So one of the things we'd like to do with our people with lived experience is to provide ways to build them up with different types of trainings, right? For instance, we have some folks who are in the Defy Ventures class, boot camp. Entrepreneurial boot camp that's going on. So I think that's where that is. It's an opportunity for us to work as a community to help those people that are living in recovery who would like to build up their resume or learn a new skill, or we find that to be an opportunity that
I definitely feel like, especially for my people, having like maybe a felony friendly list of employers in the area that we can just like automatically have you try this list has been difficult. My people aren't getting a lot of bites on like the Indeeds and the LinkedIns, and so that's become quite a bit of a barrier. Like they're not getting callbacks no matter how many applications they're putting in. So kind of creating that list and collaboration with local businesses, saying, you know, if they have the reference or the feedback from their referring agency, that maybe they'd be more willing to give them an opportunity to try.
I love that. I love that you brought that up. And I'm wondering if we could utilize the LoganCountyResources.org page to create that list and make that available. So definitely something we can work on. Thank you for bringing that up. Definitely an opportunity. Our time is going by so quickly, y'all, and we haven't even hit weaknesses yet. We better get to it. I hate to rush through, and please know if there's something that you're thinking and that's not said here, you have my email. Please, this is not a time to, be quiet. This is where we want to hear from you. So if we don't get it in at this chunk of time, please know that this is an ongoing living document that we want to continue. But as far as weaknesses, we have no existing inpatient treatment centers. That is still true. Lack of access to local support group meetings. We can explore that. Lack of MAR services and wraparound services. Well, we can take that sucker and move that straight over to strengths. We agree?
Mm-hmm. I've seen that. It's like,
yes. Resistance to facing the issue within community, denial, lack of understanding or education of addiction as a disease rather than a moral failure. I think accurate to remove the denial again, like we spoke earlier, but I think everything else is pretty much still in place, and we want to continue to educate our community and find ways to do that. Despite desire to collaborate, many providers and organizations remain silos of service. Again, I want to say that we've moved from that, and I think we can move that into a strength, or we kind of have, and remove it from weaknesses. Are we agreed there? Any objections? Oh, awesome. Limited financial resources, 2 small rural counties. So definitely a threat and a weakness that we definitely acknowledge. And we need additional representation from people with lived experience. Absolutely. We are always looking to find ways to bring more folks. We say nothing about us without us. So I thank you, Bryson, for joining us. Other folks that we can bring along. Even Danny, if you ever have a client who's interested in coming, invite them. We would love to have them. Someone who's in drug court, any of your folks that would like to come and be a part of this group. We would like to fill that up more and hear those voices. So at this point, I think it's accurate to stay as a weakness until we build that out a bit more. But definitely something that we're going to pay attention to. Anything that is not here that is glaring that we haven't talked about?
when we talk about funding, I shared it to the Facebook chat that Salvation Army is partnering with a premiere of a movie in Lincoln theaters, and a portion of the proceeds will go back to the non-for-profits for the unhoused. And it's called No Address. It's on the 27th, next Thursday at 7 p.m. And tickets can be found at the Salvation Army, or you can call me, contact me. Rachel is really excited about it, but depending on what ticket you buy, you also get popcorn, soda, and then an increased donation. So even that itself, just going out to the movie, she says it's a pretty good movie. So I'm really excited to see it. Yeah, I know that CR is gonna close for the night and go crash the party, so it'll be there.
I love that. Yeah, so if anyone is interested in that upcoming event through the Salvation Army, Rachel, myself too, I have access to getting tickets as well. So just another way to fundraise as we're talking about funds. Yeah. Anything else that we want to? All right, so strengths, let's shout these out. Strong awareness of the need to expand recovery services. Committed ROSC Council, yes, to all of you. Passion and willingness for the work. Compassion and understanding, desire to create an inclusive environment. Strong foundation in the community, drug court, etc. We have those services. Collaborative spirit and desire to work together. Inclusive of people with lived experience. We have a committed group, and creating space for folks to participate. Some exciting movements toward expanding services and supports in the area, and that's definitely happening through Hope on Fifth specifically. Our Recovery and Action Subcommittee group that we meet the second Tuesday of every month. Funding available for peer recovery specialist trainings. So that is definitely a strength through that entrepreneurship through Heartland. Those are paid classes for folks who are interested. That is not something that they would have to be worried about paying for. So that is definitely a strength of ours to have access. Our Oxford House. We definitely have an Oxford House Men's House. And again, for the women, we love to start having that conversation. SIU MAR program is in the house, absolute strength. Limited access to harm reduction services. I think we can remove the word limited. Yeah, I don't think we have any objection to that, right? But we definitely have multiple locations to access those resources, and absolutely Celebrate Recovery at Open Arms is a strength in our community. And we've moved some things over, right? 5th Street will be moved over there as far as part of our strengths. I'm going to say that I'd like to add operation and work going into the deflection program that we are putting together is definitely a strength and a way that our community is truly coming together in a unique way. And I have to shout out Chief Meister being a part and having the backing of Lincoln Police Department being interested and not just interested, but getting their hands and feet all in as a strength of ours that we've not had in the past. So that's a big woohoo as far as I'm concerned. Anything else? Good list, yeah. We're doing some things. I think we can add here too, multiple pathways to recovery. That is something, since we have open smart recovery, we have CODA, which is codependency, we have Open Arms for Celebrate Recovery. So we definitely have multiple pathways to recovery, and I think that that's worth adding on in our strengths. If there's no objection there. All right, I see we are ready to the hour. I understand for those of you that have to move on, there's just a couple other things I did want to make mention of. I respect your time, and if you have to bounce, I get it. But I would probably only need just about 5 more minutes if you do want to hang on. Thank you for going through this first. Again, these are tools that do help guide us and keep us focused. And it is exciting to move things around and see the progress that we're making. So thank you for all of those that chipped in. And again, any information, any ideas, concepts that you'd like to share, I'm an open door. Please don't hesitate. Some upcoming opportunities I want to shout out is our deflection program implementation planning, which we have named Bridge. Bridge stands for Build Recovery, Inclusion, and Dignity for Growth and Empowerment. So our objective is to serve and really deflect those who are struggling with substance use and mental health. Our initiative. We are going to be meeting every other week here shortly, starting March the 11th from 1 to 2:30. We would love to have you join us. This is a huge undertaking that I feel is going to shake up our community in a very real, positive way. Definitely want to make you aware of the opportunity. Just come join us. We are here in person. We'll be at the Logan County Health Department. There is a link to jump on. It will be hybrid. So if you're interested, again, shoot me an email. We'll make sure to get you part of that distribution list. We have our Recovery and Action meeting. We meet here at Hope on 5th, the second Tuesday of every month at 4:30. Our next meeting is March 11th. This is where if you have planning ideas and things that you would like, different ways that we can educate our community, events that we put together, this is the time we need you and your planning and event skills, or your event planning skills. So that's open to any and everyone who's interested in participating. And finally, our next ROSC meeting is the third Thursday, which lands on March 20th at 2 p.m. We will be in Mason City at the library in person, but we will also have our Zoom link available. I feel like it's the fastest hour of my entire month. Thank you for hanging on with us. I do respect your time very much and appreciate. I will leave it open though for anyone who has something that they would like to share. I'm hanging back. Anything that you have going on that you would like for us to know, or always feel free to email those things to us and we will be happily to share that out to our folks here too. So is there anything anyone would like to throw out there online? Oh yes, our winners. Oh my goodness, really quick. Thank you, Carrie. We are picking 2 winners. These are from our what is it? Survey, our recovery community survey that was submitted. And so we are picking 2 winners of a $50 Amazon card for each one. So Carrie, let's do it. Who's our winner? Who's that? What does it say, Colin?
It's spinning.
Oh, it's spinning.
It's still going, yeah.
It's going.
Looks like a Jeff is number 1. I don't see a last name, so we'll make sure to go to their survey response to ensure who that was.
The name?
Jeff?
Jeff? Jeff. Okay.
Oh, there it
Jeff.
is.
There it is. Jeff.
Just a
Well,
little
we'll
bit
definitely, we definitely have all that info. So
Yeah.
we'll make sure. And so one more, Karen, we get to
All
spin
right,
it one
let's
more
do it.
again.
One more time. Number 2 looks like Gianna Whitetree.
No, Jana. That is awesome. So Jeff and Jana Whitetree are our winners for our $50 Amazon card. And so thank you for everyone who helped pass out that survey and get that out, took the time to fill it out and pass it on to your clients. Thank you so much for all that support. It really did make a difference. And we are in the middle of compiling all that good info. And we will be sharing that with you all shortly. But thank you. Again, I will shut up if anyone would like to shout out anything. Otherwise, I thank you for your time.